Welcome to Market Talk. I'm Amber Lancaster here with Paul Mampilly. Today's update is for the week of February 24th, 2020. I'll begin by previewing the big economic releases, my innovation story of the week, and the latest developments in America 2.0 and the fourth industrial revolution. So let's begin. Last week, U.S. home building permits jumped in January, rising to its highest reading since 2007, a 13-year high, advancing 9.2% to a 1.55 annualized rate. This is all while new home construction starts continued at a healthy pace, recording the second fastest pace of expansion, coming in at 1.57 million rate, completely beating expectations. Low mortgage rates and a robust labor market are the fuel for this housing demand. Also, last week, we saw January's index of leading economic indicators surge, rising 0.8% and trouncing estimates. This all signals steady U.S. economic growth in early 2020. The surge is attributed to rising home building permits, higher consumer confidence, and a steady job market. And as seen in this table, the leading economic indicators index is comprised of 10 economic indicators created to show the high and low points in the business cycle. These indicators include jobless claims, consumer goods and orders, and the leading credit index. So where upcoming economic releases are concerned, there will be a total of 9, a lot actually, major releases this week. On Tuesday, February's consumer confidence numbers will post at 10 a.m. On Wednesday, January's new home sales will post at 10 a.m. On Thursday, fourth quarter GDP, annualized quarter over quarter, and January's preliminary reading for durable goods orders will post at 8:30 a.m. On Friday, January's personal income and spending, as well as January's preliminary release of wholesale inventories month over month will all post at 8:30 a.m. M&I Chicago PMI for February will post at 9:45 a.m. and the University of Michigan Sentiment February final print will post at 10 a.m. So now for my innovation story of the week, Clean Technica is reporting that super duper supercapacitors could accelerate the electric vehicle revolution. Whether you're aware or not, electric vehicles are still using a technology in their batteries that was invented, get this, in 1859, and it's lead acid batteries. These lead acid batteries are working in conjunction with the main lithium ion power source. Eliminating lead acid batteries altogether is a quest for the EV world. As a recent Bloomberg article points out, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk relocated to Silicon Valley in the first place just to conduct research for his PhD studies at Stanford to find a viable alternative to lead acid batteries. That alternative, well, it's supercapacitors, also known as supercaps. Like lead acid batteries, supercapacitors store electrical energy, but the energy in supercaps is charged quickly and discharged quickly, while traditional batteries charge slowly and discharge slowly. Well, Clean Technica states that, quote, scientists at the University College of London and the Chinese Academy of Sciences claims they have developed a new flexible graphene-based supercapacitor that can safely charge at high speed and accumulate a record amount of energy and store it for a long time. The new supercaps uses an innovative multi-layer graphene electrode as seen in this photo. It can bend up to 180 degrees without losing its performance and does not require a liquid electrolyte, which minimizes the risk of explosion. The new device could replace batteries in smartphones and power wearable internet devices. And because it's a much lighter and smaller material than lead acid batteries, it could also replace the 12-volt standard battery used in all electric vehicles today, end quote. So now for America 2.0 update. According to a recent CoreLogic's Insight report, the home ownership rate has jumped as millennials step up buying while rental vacancy rates are at a 34-year low. The home ownership rate for 25 to 34-year-olds jumped from 36.5% during the fourth quarter of 2018 to 37.6% in the final months of 2019. Also, per the report, the overall U.S. home ownership rate, quote, jumped to 65.1% in the fourth quarter of 2019, the highest in 6 years. The number of homeowners jumped 1.3 million during 2019, adding 0.3 percentage points to the home ownership rate. And what's more, the U.S. rental vacancy rate, well, that dropped 6.4% to the lowest since 1985. So that's it for me. It's great to hear about supercapacitors and how it's really part of the America 2.0 revolution there, Paul. But let's hear what's on your mind, especially with today's markets activity.
Yeah, Amber, thanks so much. And I was just listening to what you were saying about housing, and just remember, I mean, today what the Dow is down 700-800 points. Every market index is down 2 or 3%. Right. Just remember that we have gone through volatility before. 2018, people worried about, gosh, I've lost count, Amber. I mean, there was the recession that never came. There was the inverted yield curve. There were rising interest rates. Then there was the trade war. Then there was impeachment. Then there was, and so I tweeted out at Mampilly Guru earlier this morning that I was going to cover coronavirus and the stock market. And so I know that many folks are going to be scared. Because really since, well, let's say, Amber, I would say probably about middle of last year, we've been in a kind of straight up market.
True, yes.
We've been in a straight up market. And that's been driven by the fact that so many people sold out so much stock in 2018, early 2019, as they came back in, they bid prices higher. And so we could go through a period where some number of people take profits. That will drive prices a little bit lower. However, the America 2.0 bull market is still going on. It's not something that's going to happen. It is going on right now. And it's about housing. And you know, if you watched our America 2.0 video presentation, you know that we have two big predictions in there. One about the stock market, which is about America 2.0 stocks, which will carry the Dow and S&P 500 and NASDAQ and all these indices to much, much higher levels. And we really recommend you watch our America 2.0 presentation because we believe it's phenomenal. It really lays out the roadmap for America 2.0, and then also invites you to subscribe to our Profits Unlimited. It's our flagship newsletter that Amber and I and our team that we work on. Phenomenal newsletter. So take today in stride. We've got a lot of rules of the game that we provide as guidance in Profits Unlimited to our readers, which includes keeping a little bit in cash for exactly days like this. That acts like as your volatility buffer, as your emotional security blanket, so that when you go through periods like that and where everyone knows that we get fearful, that's just part of being a person and a human being, that you've got something that is not moving around, that is not, because I was telling Amber that my phone was going off, which is why I was trying to get it off, because there were just so many alerts going off. Because of course, today is a day of volatility. However, I believe that the bull market is still absolutely, completely, utterly on. The America 2.0 market in housing, in the stock market is still going, and it's in its early stages. There is so much more to go. So this week, in fact, we have promotion going out by email to all the folks that are on our email list. So if you're not on an email list, join Bull Profits Daily, our fabulous, incredible e-letter. So you can see when we get this out. If you've been thinking about subscribing to any of our services, we have phenomenal services that do incredibly well for our readers. Join us. So this week, Amber, we're doing True Momentum, which is, I believe, our best performing service. And I asked our amazing trading guru, Natalie, to look this up before I got on. And we were able to generate a gain of nearly 400% in something like about 8 months with Roku in this service. We've got multiple 100% plus winners in here. If you would like to check out True Momentum, get a piece of these huge gains, click on the strong hands above. It will take you to a page that will give you all the details so you can get in on true momentum, have a shot at hundreds of percents of gains. So true momentum, click on the strong hands above and check that out. And while I'm also mentioning it, I want to say, please subscribe to our channel, support Amber and I, give us a thumbs up and comment below. Are you panicked about coronavirus? Are you going to stay? And we tell Amber,
Yes.
tell our folks to be the strong hands. And those of you that don't know us might be wondering, like, what are these strong hands? I think I've never done this on Market Talk, but I think we might as well go for it.
Go for it.
This was actually sent by a subscriber of ours, because I would say this in our videos that are sent to the subscribers. And she said, Paul, I want to send you some strong hands. So what are strong hands? Strong hands means that when you go through periods of volatility, like today, where there's panic, you go look on Market Watch and they're trying to get you to be fearful. And that, I believe, is actually part of something that is a setup. In other words, they want you to panic. They got people to panic in 2018. If you sold, you can see what happened. I read a note that was written to us from one of our readers, Amber, that was up 71% in 2019.
Wow.
As a result of using a combination of our services. I'm bringing this up because you would have never had a shot at that if you sold in 2018. There's no way, if you sell everything out, you sell most of it out, that you can be in position to make that kind of money. So please hold on to our stocks. America 2.0 is absolutely happening. Amber is telling you about just phenomenal, amazing things, graphene that's just going to transform our world, new materials, a megatrend under the America 2.0 umbrella, under the fourth industrial revolution, and then the rise of these new generations that are coming, the millennial generation, Gen Z. I'm bullish, I'm positive, I'm optimistic. Well, I should say I'm bullish, I'm optimistic, I'm positive. Bop, as I put it. With that, back to you, Amber.
Thank you, Paul, for those reassuring words, and especially in today's markets, it's just fantastic, right on point. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. And again, if you like this channel, please subscribe to the Paul Mampilly YouTube channel. And until next time, everyone, take care.